What changed was we changed our strategy. Not the formation, not the system. But you know, when you have system you're playing or formation you're playing, you must apply strategy in each formation. The only thing we did was we changed strategy based on what we noticed on our guys. For example, we played the first match. When my opinion was sick, when my opinion was sick about somebody to play in the midfield, there was a particular player I had wanted him to be playing. At the end, one other player was playing there. There are two players even, not one. It happened that during our last group match against Ethiopia, those two players happened to be in the midfield, Onaze and Demba. You know, I was a midfielder, and my constituency is midfield. Do you understand me? So, those two players. But I realized one thing too, again, after that. After we played the Ethiopians, we won that game 2-0, 2 penalties, but they were all clear penalties. But I felt we didn't overwhelm, the game was just like there. Maybe we had 55, they had 45. Or we had 47, 57, they had 43. You know, the game was just there. So after that match, we won 2-0. Inside the pitch there, as we were jubilating that we have qualified to the next stage of the competition, I called some of the coaches. The only person I did not talk to was Keshi. I told those players, I said, we are playing Ivory Coast. What we need to do is to change our strategy if we have to beat Ivory Coast. They agree with me. I talked to each of them, about 3 of them, they agree with me. Then one of them asked, how do we then manage to say it? I said, we are going home, and when we go home, we are going to have a dinner. So when we get home to have a dinner, all you need to do, one of you has to start the conversation, then I will come in. And they did so. So after the dinner, one of them started the conversation. Then I came in. I said, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do this, we have to do that. He asked me why. I said, because our guys need space to play. So let us play what we call bold marking, conservative, then open up for us to see. And there's one thing again that happened. Initially, when we started, before we started, you know, we discussed as coaches. Then Emmanuel Emenike, they liked, Emmanuel Emenike was playing center forward. Then I was always saying that Emmanuel Emenike has to play from the right, from us, not center forward. That he's not very good at center forward. We played the first match, Emmanuel Emenike was the attacker. We played the second match, was the attacker. We played the third match, he played from the wing. By the time we ended the competition, when he was moved to the right, he became the highest goal scorer. That was when Nigeria knew him. The first 2 matches, nobody. That was when they saw that he was a powerhouse, that he has speed, that he has agility, that he's very robust. So these are the things. Then we changed strategy. At the end, Stephen Keshi, who was then our boss, because why Onaze played that day, not Mba, but why Onaze played that day against Ethiopia was that the other guy got 2 yellow cards, so he couldn't play. So Onaze played. So after we have agreed on this new strategy that we were supposed to adapt, and I said we have the next 3 training sections, that is only what we are going to practice. So, but before then, Keshi now asks, after we have agreed on the strategy, and I made mention, I said, You cannot notice where you are doing that on the game. I said it. You cannot notice Drogba on the game that day. The other is one Gervinho plays Arsenal. You can't notice him. They asked me why. I said, because you can predict their game. The only man you will see trying to do something, then they will bring Kalou. And Keshi asked me why Kalou. I said, because Kalou, you cannot predict his game. Whether there's space or no space, he will find a way to wriggle himself out. And all those things came to pass. And I was not prophesizing. It was the ability to be able to read the opponents. So then Keshi said, who and whom is going to start? We knew where we have problem is that place, that Onaze and one other guy. Then some of us also said, okay, let the other guy come in and play. So Onaze has to stay out. Then I refused to say anything. This one suggested, the other one suggested, and the other one suggested, and I kept quiet. And at a point in time, Keshi asked me, what is your opinion? I said, no, let's take what they said, Let's not, let's bring in the other guy back again. No problem. That Keshi said, no. Tell me your opinion. What is your own opinion? I said, well, my opinion has remained the same that Onaze has to play, that he's a better player. He asked me why. I said, because when we are building the attack from the rear, the other guy hardly show himself to follow to build it. He will be dodging. And when we go for attack and we lose position of that ball, if the opponent is about 10 meters away from him, he hardly pursue them, or 15 meters. But the other one is better. He joined to build the attack. He joined to build the other one. But he has only one problem. I was always with him and Nemba, with my practical demonstration board, talking to them. Then I called Mikel and just talked to him. But I'm always with Mba and because Mikel was good, he knows what, I just mean. So then Keshi said, what is my opinion? I said, I would like Onaze to come back to play. Then Keshi looked and said, gentlemen, in football, one of the things we say in football is that you don't change a winning team. And this is the first time we won a game in this competition. Not only that we won by 2-0, so let's continue with them. And every one of us knows that is the language in football. That was the language in football. So nobody argued. So we went back and we had the training, first training, second, I came, not enough. We had the second one, we said, the game now is just like that. Then we had the third training, we came and discussed again. I said, it's 50-50 game. But if there's anything that will have edge, it's Nigeria. And I said by the time this game finished, the Ivorians will be thinking that this game has not been played. But do you know the irony of these things? When we were the day of the game, when we were coming from our hotel, they were in a different hotel. When we were coming, we met in a junction in South Africa. And when we met, if you see the press that followed them front and back, child, you will just mercy for us. We look like just hey, nobody was following us. If you see press, about 5-10 cars with press, with different pressmen put in the front and the back following them to the competition, because they had a lot of big. Nobody can imagine playing them now. So you just sorry for us. So when we got to the field, I was the one who normally warmed the players up. I warmed them up. After warming them up, we went in to redress and come out. When I went in, I said, Keshi, our boys are ready for this game. He said, what do you mean? I said, they are ready for this game. He said, what do I say? That's the only one I can see. It will happen today. 2-1. We were better in that game. By the time we played, what do you call them? By the time we play Mali, we have the players have mastered the game, the strategy more. 4-1. Burkina Faso. because we were in the same place. We played with them. They know us. We stayed in the same hotel. 1-0. So we changed strategy. That was all.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.